That tastes good. Homemade ramen. Delicious. How's it going, guys? Happy Wednesday evening meal time. I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do some homemade budget ramen. Check this out. Right then, so your first main ingredient for your own ramen at home is your bowl. Got to get that right. Nice little deep dish one there. Perfect. Just fill it up with all the good stuff. Second thing you need, your noodles and your broth. Now, as this is a budget home one, I ain't making the broth from scratch. I've already got it for there. Ramen Head, tomato and chili junior broth. See that? Lip smacking ramen in 3 easy steps. Just microwave it. Available from Farmfoods. That's the second one. Third bit, some eggs. Nice large eggs. As you know, you put eggs in ramen. Some jalapenos put on top. I don't have any greens. Normally put sprinkle like a little spring onion in that. I don't have them. And some sliced roast beef topside. But you know what? I know it's budget and I know I've got these ingredients. I'm going to do a little bit of extra on top just at the end. A little bit of caviar. So that's all the ingredients for my budget homemade ramen. Let's get this made. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is get my eggs done. Now these eggs are going to be soft boiled. And where I am, because I'm working away from home, I don't have like a hob like this that I can actually cook them on. So it's got to be in the microwave. So soft boiled eggs in the microwave is another little lesson for you how to do it. First thing you do, get some warm water. Not boiling water, but warm water. What I'm going to do with that, I'm going to place my eggs in it. Now the reason why I'm doing this is so they don't crack during the rest of the cooking process. So that's 2 eggs in warm water. Things I'm going to do, get this, fill it full of water and put a bit of salt in it. And that's normal tap water, just normal tap water. Salt. Now again, get this salt in the water, because what this does is, it stops it from cracking. Because normally you boil it and stuff in the pan and then you wait for a certain temperature. Can't really do that with this. So that's that. Salt water. So stir. So that's my salt water. Now I'm going to put that in the microwave. Let's have a look at this. So you can see there's a little microwave safe bowl there with salt water in. You can see a little bit of salt around the edge still. Get that in there. 1.5 minutes. Now just let that cook. Right, so that's them done. 1.5 minutes. Salt water. So now what you do is you get your eggs that have been in the warm water. Let's pour the water away. Get these out, get them in the salt water. So what I'm going to do now is I've got the 2 eggs in the salt water that's been cooked in the microwave. I'm going to cover that with some cling film. Cover that up, it's going to keep all that steam in. Now it doesn't have to be like, tight covered up, because you don't want the steam like to burst, But there, you can see that. I'll turn this around and have a look. There they are. See that? Covered in plastic wrap, 2 eggs. Now we're going to put that back in a microwave for another 1.5 minutes. Cool. 2 minutes, but we'll stop that obviously when it's ready to go. Right, so that's them in there now in the microwave, 1.5 minutes. So what the next thing to do is take this bowl that I had the warm water in earlier on. I'm going to fill it full of cold water. Now ideally you'd be able to put ice in it, but I don't have a freezer where I am, so it's just going to be cold water. The intention of that is it stops the cooking process, because once they're out the microwave, still need a boiling water, they're still going to be cooking inside. I want soft boiled eggs. So fill it full of cold water, and it'll slow it down, it won't stop it because it's not iced water. So let's just wait now for that to cook in the microwave and carry on to the rest of the process. Right, so that's them eggs done. Let's get them out. And here's my bowl of cold water. That's hot, very hot. Best thing to do here, pour the hot salt water away. I could then straight in the cold water. Right, so that's them done. Now on to the rest of it. Keep watching. Next thing to do, cook the ramen, main ingredients. As I say, I got these from Farmfoods, real bargain on them as well. There's the broth. I'd like to have a go of making my own broth, but I don't have the time or the space. There's the noodles. Right, so a little thing on the back there. So it says open the broth, so open them, put them in the microwave for a minute. Okay, happy with that. Open the corners. Make sure the corners actually open. Now I'll get this in the microwave for a minute. Right, so once that's done, next thing we'll do, the noodles. Now on the thing here it says, again, open the corners, place them for a minute. How about that? So easy. Right, that's the broth done. Let's get that out. And let's switch it with the noodles. And that's the noodles done. Right, so let's get this all put together. Nice deep dish bowl. Get the noodles open. Still hot. Give it a shake. And you can see that bowl there. Let's get them in. Now, the good thing about the bowl being big is you get to spread the noodles out. Best I can anyway. I mean, you can't really see what I'm doing, but spreading the noodles out around the bowl. I'll give you a little look at this. See, so there they are. The next thing is to pour on the broth. Look how nice that looks already. Smells great as well. Right, so that's the eggs cooked. Unfortunately, we're getting it out a bit too hot. I've tried using my hand, drop one on the floor. Lessons learned, but you know what? Managed to salvage one. One's okay. Have a little look at this. Look how nice that looks. Cut it in half. Yeah. It's nice and soft. Not boiled, not hard. Just nice and soft, that's how you want it. So the next thing is the meat. Well, as I say, normally you do like, I don't know, they do like pork and stuff like that. I'm not a great big fan of pork chops. Some people are, I'm not. Now this is going to be a budget one, so as I say, little cheap sliced topside roast beef. You might have some left over on a Sunday dinner or whatever you want to do. Let's just pack it. Let's get this cut into slices, shall we? A little taste of that beef, tastes nice. So that's that cut up. I'm going to have a look. Looks good, doesn't it? Now it's time to put it all together. Get my bowl with my ramen in from Farmfoods. beef. Let's try and lay this a bit nice so it looks alright. Soft boiled eggs. Trying to be like, you know, make it look good. I don't know why, you could just eat straight away anyway, but a little bit of a kick. Not too much though. You don't want to overpower it. As I say, I don't really have any greens or anything like that. Normally people will put like spring onions or, you know, I suppose you can put anything really, cabbage or anything. I don't know. Don't know whether anyone put cabbage on ramen, but you know, they might. Couple more. You know what? I know I said I was going to put some of that caviar on, but I might just leave it because take a look at this. Look at this. Now I think that looks nice. Obviously, you had the beef, yeah, fine. You know, if you had like actual chunks of beef or something like, be nice, or a bit of lamb, or you know, if you like pork, do a sliced pork, but for homemade ramen, I think that looks alright, that. That's it, that's my budget homemade ramen, where most of the ingredients you got from your local farm foods. So that's what I'm going to tuck into now. Looking forward to this. Anyway, hope everyone has a great evening. Hope whatever you're cooking is just as delicious. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one.